issue for universities is assessment and cheating.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think assessment can be accomplished with credibility in an online environment that we are approaching now?
I don't really see this as such a huge problem. But the problem is that universities sometimes struggle to think creatively because they're conservative institutions. For instance, if you're doing an online exam, you've got a webcam in front of you. There's no reason that that webcam couldn't be on for the whole time that you're doing the exam. And webcam plus facial recognition software will know whether it's you sitting that exam or whether you've paid me $100 to come and sit your exam or not. People are not going to be able to talk their way out of that. With assignments right now, it's quite difficult to tell sometimes whether an assignment has been written by a student or whether an assignment has been written by someone on that student's behalf. It can be terribly difficult to tell. I would like to see more use of Viva Voce exams, where the student has to sit down opposite the lecturer, just like we're doing right now. It could be face-to-face, it could be Zoom, it could be whatever. And if I start talking to you about a subject, I'm going to know within 5 minutes whether you wrote that assignment or not. You know, if it looks like an assignment that I'm surprised to see from a particular student, or maybe even if it was just a random that you call 5% of your students after every assignment and say, hey, let's talk about your assignment. Why did you answer it this way? What was your thinking inside in that case? If they don't have a clue, you're going to work that out real quick. And so students won't cheat because they'll know that they could get that phone call. They could get that Zoom call that says, you've got an hour, see you on Zoom. I'm not sure that cheating is as widespread as people think it is. I do understand the need to have an assessment process with integrity, but I think that we have so much technology available right now that there would be no problem in doing that if people started to think creatively.
Okay, and we are actually approaching a new age era of university. 2020, we've had the coronavirus pandemic, which has changed the way we do things literally overnight.
Well, it sort of has. I'm not sure that it's changed that much about the way students do things, because I think students, particularly younger students, are already comfortable online. They already make friends online. They already have communities online. They already learn about things online. They come on YouTube channels like mine and learn about things online. What we don't have is a cohort of university lecturers and teachers who know how to teach online. And so one of the really interesting things for me to observe during 2020 is how many university lecturers have really struggled to teach effectively online, and how they haven't sort of seen that online teaching actually gives you a bunch of new tools and new methods that you can potentially use. What they've really done is said, I'd like to do the same lecturing that I've always done, but we'll stick a Zoom screen between me and the students. And that doesn't work, because I'll guarantee that a lot of those students are switching off very quickly.
Well, do you think coronavirus is going to change the way society operates?
It's tempting to say yes, but I'm really not all that sure. I think that there's a very good chance that things will just revert back to sort of, pre-corona plus hand sanitizer. It's not really clear to me yet whether this is the start of a new era or whether this has been a really sharp shock and people sort of return to normal after that. I'd like to think that coronavirus would change things in education, but a lot of the impetus in university education comes from things like policy decisions and budgets and so on that have a much longer cycle than the 6 months or so that we've had so far of coronavirus. So I don't want to jump on the bandwagon of making these big, bold predictions about how the world's going to change because of coronavirus.